here. And let's see. Yeah, somebody said their fuse didn't work. Must have been a time delay. Sorry. I'm on Facebook right now, so let's. If you guys have more questions, fire them in. The next thing I was going to talk about, almost always, I drive up to the heat of the day, and I have had some interesting weather. I can tell you, yesterday I was watching a funnel cloud form, you know, right outside my RV at the RV park I was at, and I saw everybody scattering to batten down the hatches, and it definitely got interesting, and we've had some crazy lightning and thunder that I'm certainly not used to from being out in California. So let's see, I just saw something else pop in here. Yeah, Aftershock is running locking hubs, absolutely, for sure. I do, you know, I want to say 50-50 with Aftershock, you know, and if I am going to off-road, I typically drive that to wherever I'm going to off-road. But I've done several few thousand-mile trips in Aftershock, and, you know, the locking hubs are key on that, for sure. Transmission, have no idea what size tire it's turning. It's all based on the gear ratio in the transmission, or sorry, in the axle. And the gear ratio in the axle resets for the tire size to make it as if it still thinks it has 31-inch tires. So to the vehicle, it thinks it's still just pushing the same thing. Now, the reality is, you've got heavier equipment. You've got bigger axles, you got bigger tires and wheels. You know, the physical vehicle rolling down the road is bigger and heavier, more wind drag, so the motor's going to work a little harder. That's why I say you're not going to be setting any speed records. You're going to easily do the speed limit and maybe even a little bit better, but you're not going to be in the way. It's not like you're driving a agricultural tractor down the road, that's for sure. So for many years, I kept my old 4.2 straight six in my growler and drove that with 42s. I even did the Ultimate Adventure, you know, that was like 1,700 miles, and you know, that ran just fine, kept up with everybody, so not a problem at all. So looks like YouTube's on now, so that's great. Sorry, maybe I didn't hit enough buttons, but thanks for joining us. And we're out here just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, at our approved off-road build shop and dealer, JK Land. I'm literally, you know, 20 feet away from their building in my RV, so I'm right on site. And let's see. Thank you, everybody, for welcoming me to the East Coast for the summer. Let's see. Somebody else is confirming gears did the trick. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, you don't need any more speeding tickets, that's for sure. You're already driving something that is going to catch the eye of every police officer out there. So adding speeding to it is not going to help your cause. So beside the fact that it's a big lifted vehicle and you know, rallying around on the street is probably not the best idea. So let's see, I'm just gonna scroll back and make sure I didn't miss any other questions. Keep firing them in. I'm happy to answer them. The other thing I was going to do was tell you guys that Terremoto has really been running great. All the changes I made, you know, updates and everything. Now, I can tell you this morning I reset the rear shocks. That's going to be much better for, you know, from here forward for the rest of the trip. So really looking forward to that as well, because I was just getting into the bump zone a little bit too quick, and that tends to be harsh. Now, it's not because I've got hydraulic bumps and IBPs. It just gets more firm, like European car firm. It doesn't, you know, bang like your average suspension or even stock Jeep would. So just a little bit more firm. So yeah. Let's see. What else have we got? Take a scroll here. We're doing good. I got about 10 or 15 minutes more for questions, so fire them in. I'm happy to answer them. And, you know, I was going to tell you guys a little bit more. You know, we did stop there in Grand Junction and Wheel 21 Road and Billings Canyon. Both great trails, really nice. We did have a couple people join us. That was great. Then we were over at Disney, Oklahoma. It was just the three of us. That was good. We got, you know, to do everything that we wanted to. And then once we got over to Hot Springs is where we had a bunch of people join us, and it was awesome because we just took over that whole thing and had a great time, led our own runs, got everybody through, and we progressively got the trails harder, ending on Ingrid's Revenge. And what a lot of you don't know is that we went out late on Sunday, and in the afternoon, most people had left. Nathan and I and Jeff and Ari all went out. Well, Nathan's buggy ended up breaking one of the portals, and I was out with him getting parts and tools until 1 in the morning on Sunday night. So you guys know what I always say about wheeling at night. Well, there you go. It was one of those nights. So we ended up having to leave the buggy out there. He worked all night to get parts and then came back the next day and put the buggy together. So yeah, that was an interesting one. But overall a great weekend, and I've seen everybody. If you don't follow me personally, go over and check out my Facebook page. I posted a 160 picture album over there, and yeah, pretty cool pictures. If you don't look at that and go, man, I missed a good one, then you don't even know what a good one is, because it was a ton of fun. And there were optional lines and anybody, and you know, it was really a lot of fun. So you'll definitely not want to miss our next invite out to wheel with us for sure. Let's see. Just picked up an LJ from Brian. That's awesome. Rick McQuire. Yes, I'm gonna get up to Tennessee to do some wheeling here pretty soon. Pretty soon, right after Smoky Mountain, we're gonna get up there. I may come see you sooner than that. I'll let you know. Well, I'm gonna end up all the way up in Michigan. I don't know if I'll have an option to get over to Roush Creek for a day or two. I'll keep everybody in tune with that. But then I'm going to, work my way back too. So there'll be lots of opportunities to kind of hit different stuff on the way back. So should be fun. Should be fun. I know I can't stay on the road forever. This is only supposed to be a 60-day trip. So tell some stories about. So we did have a few flops on the trail. It's slippery, right? You got slick rock, a little bit of, and this isn't like what they call slick rock in Moab is not slick rock. It's like sandpaper. This is actually like polished rock, even with stickies. If it's a little bit wet or a little muddy, you got nothing. And you can try and crawl it, you can try and high speed it, you can try all kinds of stuff. And one of the guys with us, Lee Holiday, got just about up there and then started sliding uncontrollably back and, ended up dumping over. We did have a couple other breaks. One of the guys, even though he had locking hubs, broke a stub. We had to fix that out on the trail. We had another guy also break a U-joint. And that's kind of a tricky one, because if you don't stop right then, when the broken parts go around, they actually knock the ball joints out of the knuckle and or can break the knuckle, because the knuckle's just cast, can break the knuckle, and then you're really quite out of luck, because you've got to go get a new knuckle and the new parts. Fortunately, I saw it. We stopped the gentleman. He had a spare short side axle shaft with U-joint and everything complete. I ran him back to his truck. We got the parts, came back out, replaced it, and got him going again. We were able to complete the wheeling. We had a starter problem. We had, you know, Tom Nagley had this weird thing where something had vibrated loose in his fuse box, and every relay and fuse was loose. So it took us a while to find that, but then he was able to push everything back down and check that fuse box, because that was pretty bizarre how all that stuff was loose. So I think I'll do a routine check on mine and just open it up and push everything down. So those were a few of the stories. Otherwise, we had a few people winch. Like I say, it was good, and you know, I advised everybody to wheel for the weekend. You know, if you just go out and push hard on that first trail, you know, you may be going home early. So I was trying to convince everybody to just pace themselves and you know, make sure they could go the duration and have a good time. So that was kind of fun too. Okay, so yeah, and Rick's reminding me that I'll be doing a tech talk show from Bays Mountain Off-Road, where we're planning a night ride after the show. So yeah, we're gonna be having all kinds of fun, and I'm trying to figure out whether I can get there to do that before Smoky Mountain or after Smoky Mountain or whatever, but we're gonna have some fun together for sure. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do a Jeep night with Keith or not. Keith is going to come over and join us at Smoky Mountain. We're going to have a bunch of customers and people with their vehicles coming over to Smoky Mountain. So you'll get to see a variety of local rigs. You know, we're going to bring ours as well, but there'll be some cool stuff at Smoky Mountain. This year we'll have our own booth. Hopefully we're relatively close to Mickey Thompson, but we will have our own booth. So yeah, please stop by and see us. I'm happy to talk about your Jeep, your build, whatever you're planning, and you know, love to meet you guys or gals for that matter. So by all means. So I've got just a few more minutes for questions, and then it'll be time to wrap it up. If you missed the first part of the show, I'm here in Atlanta. Peter Doolin with his Maximus Tracer LJ build that we Friday and Saturday joining me here. We will be doing a live from here on Saturday as well. I'll give you kind of a tour of their shop and what they're doing here. They got lots of big builds going on. I've got Shane, Andrew, and Devin up at Big Bear for Jeep Jamboree USA this weekend. So if you're up there, please stop by and say hi. And then, you know, earlier I was talking about if you haven't gotten out and driven across this big, beautiful country, you are missing out. You definitely need to leave home and go check out this great country. It is wonderful and astounding. So many, many beautiful places, and do yourself a favor and just grab your Jeep and go check out some other areas. So let's see, I saw a couple more things blip in here. Yep, looks like watch one of your videos to see what you had going, but like I assume you're doing all of that to get ready for our next Real Hammers experience in October, so that'll be fun. And if you guys don't know what Real Hammers experience is, go over to the GenRight YouTube channel, type that in and check it out. It is amazing. It's very much like running King of the Hammers, but you're running against the clock instead of out there with a bunch of other crazy guys, and super fun. Kind of recaptures the original intent behind any of my guys. This is Rick Harrington asking if any of us are going to be at Jeepers Jamboree. That's different than a Jeep Jamboree. A Jeep Jamboree is made for the family. Jeepers Jamboree is for adults only, and Jeepers Jamboree is on the Rubicon only. So that is a very fun event. I'd gone for 20 years. I've missed last year, and it looks like I'm probably going to miss this year because I'm going to be out here. But I don't know of any of our GenRight direct employees that are going to be going, but I'm sure a bunch of my ambassadors and other crew are going to be out there. Adam and Kayla and the Pfeiffers and some other folks, I'm sure will be out there. So definitely look for them. You'll see a bunch of GenRight equipped vehicles out there for sure. If you haven't done the Rubicon, that's a fun one too. Gives you a reason to come out west, a little further than Sand Hollow or Moab, but definitely cool. So, Travis says he's going to be there, so he's got to have that Jeep done a lot sooner than October. And then Tom Nagley's going to go do Hidden Falls soon. Yeah, there's tons of stuff out there. Yes, and Jeff and Ari both made it back home earlier today. So they both got back. So they did it in about 2.5 days to get back from Hot Springs, Arkansas. That's actually a pretty good travel time in the summer because they were having to drive through the heat of the day. And I saw temperatures into the 120 running across Arizona. So that's warm. So not friendly on trailer tires, I can tell you that. So, okay, everybody. I got to do the K&N gift card. Okay, this is a $100 K&N gift card, and I had thought of the question, and now I'm drawing a blank. Let's see. Since we just talked about Jeepers Jamboree, I'll do the $100 gift card to the first person that can tell me what year I did Jeepers Jamboree. The very first year I did Jeepers Jamboree. And I'm not going to wait on here and look, but after the show, I'll go back and find the person that got it right. And I'll email you over the details on your gift card. So congratulations in advance. Remember, I'll be, from here, I'll be doing this weekend rides and live meet and greet here Friday and Saturday. Then Saturday's really the big day here. Then we're going to do Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. That's coming up in August, like the 20-something through there, in third week in August. And then I'll be wheeling Windrock right after that. So we've got a bunch of good stuff coming up, including me running up to Michigan to be at Jeep Night with Team Steve and Tammy Bird. They're just outside of Flushing, Michigan, if you're not familiar with that. And then I'm going to do the big parade up there. So I'm looking forward to that Woodard, the Woodard Parade, or whatever they call it, Woodard Cruise. So that's going to be really cool too. I'll be doing that in Terremoto. So lots of exciting stuff back here, and really appreciate everybody watching and staying tuned and following me. I do appreciate it. Remember, we've got those JL cages and JL corner guards back in stock, so order those up before you need them. And I will be coming to you live on Saturday from here and giving you a great tour. Otherwise, I'll see you next Wednesday as usual. All right, everybody, have a great evening.